Okay, number 5 is ayahuasca. If you don't know what ayahuasca is, it is a beverage that is drank in the Amazon, usually by tribes, and it creates a psychedelic effect. Usually it's drank at night, and you can't even stand up when you're drinking it. Just take one shot glass, and that's all you need, and you really have a concentrated experience, just focusing on life and the nature around you.
Ya.
Tía Erlinda, pues,
Hola.
gratis.
¿Qué tal? ¿Todo
Muy
bien?
bien, muy bien.
Qué bueno.
Sí.
Wow.
Cocinando ayahuasca,
Sí.
making
¿Cuántas horas
ayahuasca
van,
here.
hijo?
Desde la mañana.
Porque es desde aquí, mira, ¿no?
Ajá, ajá. Con los mundos de futuro.
Sí, ve, hijo.
Y
Cooking since the morning, couple more hours to go. All right, number 4 is the Amazon River. I traveled the entire Amazon River. I started in Peru at the city of Iquitos and took a huge boat that you just sling your hammock on. So from Iquitos, I went 2 nights down to the Colombia border. It's actually called a tri-border because it borders Brazil, Colombia, and Peru. So on the Brazil side is a town called Tabatinga. On the Colombia side is Leticia. It's a cool spot. So from there I took another boat, slung up my hammock like another 4 or 5 nights, all the way down the river, and you just see this amazing scenery. Just the river's so wide. Went to the town, actually the Amazon city. It's a big city called Manaus. Manaus is a huge poppin' city you wouldn't expect it in the middle of the Amazon. Then I got another boat, slung up my hammock again for another 5 nights, all the way down the Amazon to the Atlantic Ocean, and the city is called Belém. Then I took buses all the way down the Brazilian coast. So going south, I first started out in a town called Jericoacoara. Cool beach town with amazing sand dunes, and the city nearby is Fortaleza. Went to Canoa Quebrada, it's another cool beach town over there. More buses to Natal. There's a beach town called Pipa right there. They got waves, good for surfing. Then more buses going south to Recife. I didn't like it too much there. Took another bus all down to Salvador, and that was an amazing city. Stayed there a long time in Salvador. Just so much going on, culture, music, party. And there was another beach town south of there called Itacaré. It was a really cool place. They got surfing, party, friendly people, good vibes. Took buses all the way south to Rio de Janeiro, and that's how I crossed South America from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean. Number 3, I went to China to study Tai Chi and Kung Fu. So I started out in Hong Kong, and I took a train way west into the province called Yunnan, and ended up in a city called Kunming in southwest China, kind of near Tibet. So from there, I went to a nearby town called Dali. I found a Tai Chi master there and started studying Tai Chi and Kung Fu every day. And once I had someone write me a note in Chinese that said, "Can I stay here?" And I took it up this mountain and stayed with these Shaolin monks for a week. And this was my Tai Chi teacher back in USA. I studied in Portland, Oregon. His name is Gregory Fong. Alright, number 2 is I traveled in train across India. I started out in the hustling and bustling city of Calcutta, which was just overwhelming to the senses. And then I took a train over to a state called Bihar, where the Bodhi Gaya tree is, the actual Bodhi tree. It's actually a Buddhist town there. Then I took another train over to Varanasi, where the Ganges River is. That's a crazy town. Just all the senses are overwhelmed. Just have to experience it. Then I took train all the way to the west coast of India to Mumbai. Used to be called Bombay, Mumbai. And then I went down around to the Goa area. And after that, I took trains all the way back across to Calcutta. So that was my trip in India. Alright, and number 1 is I traveled Peru and Bolivia with 2 Colombian ladies. So I had a Colombian girlfriend when I was living in the town of Mancora, and she had a friend. So then the 3 of us decided to travel together, and we went all the way down the coast of Peru to Lima, and further south all the way down to Cusco and Lake Titicaca, and crossed over into Bolivia, La Paz. It's an amazing city up in the mountains. I love the coca leaves and the culture and the nature. Also went to a cool town in the tropical mountains of Bolivia called Coroico, just north of La Paz. And so that was number 1. But I've had lots of travel experiences. These are just 5 that come to mind right now, but I'm sure you all have had lots of experiences also. Feel free to share your great experiences, because sometimes negative experiences stand out, but we got to remember all the good times we've had.